Hi everyone, this is a video I've been wanting to make for a while now, and it's to really show off my collection of vintage Fiestaware that I've got so far. This is quite unusual because you have to remember I'm based in the UK, and across the UK it's very difficult to find vintage Fiestaware. Now, these are beautiful Art Deco pieces. They date from about 1936. Fiestaware was made by the Homer Lachlan Company. And the only way you can get this vivid orangey red colour is by using uranium oxide as a colouring agent, which sounds bizarre. Why would you use uranium to colour ceramics? You have to remember, around 1936 up until sort of like the late 30s, radioactivity wasn't really widely understood. And in fact, the other thing as well is, radium was understood. So yes, people knew radium was radioactive. They didn't know how harmful it was. And to get radium, you had to mine about 3 tons of uranium to find that 1 ounce of very valuable radium. And so consequently, uranium was really used as a waste material. What do we do with all of this stuff? So uranium oxide was put into glass to make it green, which is why we've got uranium glass. And in ceramics, it was used to make these beautiful orangey red colours. But as you can see here in front of me today, we've also got these ivory pieces of Fiestaware as well, which are actually lightly radioactive. Uranium oxide can be used to make all sorts of different colours, but I feel like its home natural colour is this reddy orange. And so consequently, everything sitting in front of me today is radioactive. Now, if I get my radio code out, and this is probably the part that everyone loves watching, this is just measuring microsieverts an hour. And actually, if I'm holding it here, you'll see them actually largely getting background radiation, 0.10, 0.12. This is very normal in the UK. Nothing particularly radioactive around here, apart from all of these vintage items in front of me. But if I raise this over the table, you can see a different story emerging. The radio code is detecting the gamma radiation coming off this, and obviously gamma radiation is the radiation that's more piercing, but just to reassure all of you, this isn't dangerous. I mean, 0.3 now, so this is really sort of 2 to 3 times background radiation having above it, so nothing really to worry about. It's when you've got this on contact that you can really tell the difference. So if I do this, you can see I'm getting about 1 microsievert. If I go inside the cup where it's a lot more concentrated in terms of the glaze, I get 2. For those who prefer counting, do this. For those who prefer seeing the counts, I've got about 5,000, nearly 6,000 counts per minute that comes off that mug. So it's really on contact, that you get the sort of the higher dose. So that's Fiestaware. It's really a relic of the radioactive age. In essence, it's made by radioactive waste material. Eventually it was banned by governments around the world because of the radioactive risks around it. Primarily that it's not healthy to eat off of. And you can still find this stuff in antique shops mostly in the US, but also all around the world. I've found some great pieces across the UK as well, but often from the 1960s, from smaller potteries and things like that. Nothing that was like Fiestaware or other brands in the US that really went for these big, bold colours to make a statement. Obviously, a lot of people collect uranium glass, which is brilliant. You know, uranium glass, again, uranium oxide, when you shine a UV torch, it excites the photons and brings out a beautiful glow. But for me, I really love this stuff. It's a lot more radioactive in relation to a lot of uranium glass. I find it's a little bit more unusual to come across, particularly in the UK. And isn't it just wonderful, these beautiful 1930s Art Deco designs? So thank you very much for watching this video, and yeah, watch out for the next post. Thank you.